Hey Luca, good to see you too, mate. It's been a bit. Yeah, all good, mate. Every season's got its chores, and summer definitely has its share. I'm gonna have to start getting firewood together quicker too. Haven't done that yet. Normally do more in the spring, but life stuff. Yeah, thanks, man. I like the colors in this too. It's I guess it's still technically vintage. This would be about 1970s poly yarn. This one is definitely vintage, being that it's hard to see on it, but it says West Germany up there. This would date like um, well, obviously, you know, after war and all that, but during the wall. I wasn't aware that you guys got hit hard by that. I knew the storm came through your area, but I didn't know you guys had any damage there. Hopefully, you can get it sorted before winter. A tilapia. Man, I've always wanted to catch one of those. It's on my bucket list. We just don't have them up here, but if I'm ever in an area that has them, I'll definitely give it a go. I know they're nothing super special, but it's just one of those bucket list fish for me. Good to hear you guys got missed from that storm, though. Anytime you can get a year break is a good time. I'm glad you are so tight and help out with your family, mate. That's honorable, for sure. Yeah. And also glad you guys got a break from the storms this year. Just gonna rotate this for a minute to dry that head cement, and then we'll get to the next one. Yeah, that's very true, mate. Like, unless you got a crew of employees, a farm is a family business. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into that. And there's no other way to do it, you know, and have a good outcome anyway. Do you guys grow too, or just raise beef? Thanks, mate. It's an old pattern, but I really like it. It's actually works really well around here in the fall, so I'm getting some done up now. It's from 1944. No one really knows who made it. It was just really popular around the St. Joe River in, where was it now? Northern Idaho. That's where it was. But yeah, any, you know, West Coast streams it's gonna work really well on. A lot of times, simple is the best pattern. And I could totally just drop the rib. I know traditionally they didn't have that rib in there. It just makes it a little more durable. And I'm just using some a little bit oversized kind of spade grizzly hackle for the tail. Just mixing 3 or 4 softer fibers in with some stiffer ones from the top. I'll cut the longer ones, more than 3 or 4. So I got 5. That's all good. It just adds a little bit of extra movement on the tail. And the stiffer fibers will give it the buoyancy it needs. And we're just gonna tie it in basically the working body length. Just a hair shorter than I would do on a other dry fly. And we'll just lift it slightly, make sure it's right on top. Got her crate where I want her. I'm just gonna do one wrap underneath. Oop. So I was trying to avoid. Let's do that again. Just gonna do one under wrap to help lift it slightly. There we be. Beauty. Yeah, she's in there nice and straight. Happy with that. That'll work well. Yeah, I really like this. Like it's a super old. Well, not super old. I'm sure there's older. For me, it's old though. But I love the like deep golden. It's like almost like a pumpkin, you know. It's like it just it has a odd UV fluorescence to it. Like you can probably see on the camera, it just glows, but there's no UV in it. But it really helps to just catch the light. Just give it that little bit of differentiation. And fish pick up on contrast more than anything else. Actually, as far as it goes in the animal kingdom, there are hundreds of times higher on contrast than we are. For how their eyeballs work. Just gonna get rid of these few kind of wispy ones on the bottom here. A little too wispy for what we're going for. And the bottom sections are always a little bit on the thinner side, especially to the top of the feather. So I'm gonna grab about another 5 or 6 more strands than I normally would, and I'm just gonna taper them down like that, so I got all the tips the same length, give or take. I like to pack these wings too if they're fussing. You just kind of pack it like a snowball. And I'm going to cut the butts here too. That'll allow it a little bit more movement when you're tying it in. Because I do like to lay flat. And you get a nice even clump like that. And I want to have them out roughly about twice as far as my tie-in point. So, my tie-in point is generally going to be a bobbin, well, the end of my bobbin width to the eye of my hook. So this is going to be 1, 2. So I know when I stand it up, it'll be the right height for my hackle, give or take. My gut's telling me to go ahead just a hair more. I'm just gonna do a loose pinch wrap because it's being a little fussy on me. I want to try and keep it on top. Yeah, it'll work fine. That should be the right height. I'll snip off our excess and keep going. I'm gonna tie in the yeah, it's always a struggle. The wax thread like this helps. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta beat them into submission and show them who's boss. And other times they just won't cooperate and you cut them out and get another one. But yeah, I wish I could find another one of these, so maybe halfway through this thread for the rib, and I know I can go get a modern, you know, color match to it, but it's just not the same. It really isn't, unfortunately. It'd be great if it was. I could just go pick some up, but whatever process they used, and it just feels like it's beautiful thread. It's just smooth. It's almost like corded. I don't know exactly what process they're using back then. Probably wasn't healthy for you. This part's getting a little frayed on me, so I think we're gonna go with this section and then... Yeah, I think we're gonna go with this section here and then just save or toss that for some dubbing. This is actually a poly rugging yarn, so it's extremely durable, and it has a really cool, they used to call it sparkle yarn back in the day. I don't know what the actual, I think it's a type of rayon maybe that they'd mix into it, and there's just the odd strand here or there. So it's kind of like flash and dubbing nowadays. But again, it just gives it that little bit of efflorescence. And traditionally they would use wool for this fly. And I have plenty of wool, I just don't... I like the way that this body looks. It's a little more punk rocker than I wanted. Let's go back and clean that up a little bit. There she be. Yeah, that's fairly straight. I like that. If it stays that way, let's see how much it wants to behave. Those were some nice duck flanks. They were just randoms in a bag of feathers, but they have a really nice... It's not bronzing to it really, but it's kind of on the edge of bronze mallard, but beautiful consistency, nice speckling. And they're not too beat up. This one's got a little bit of damage up top, but I could fix that with some steam. But either way, they're beauty for this. I want it to just be just a hair darker than the grizzly fibers or the grizzly hackle. I could go with a lighter grizzly hackle, I suppose, but I like the way it looks. Try and thin wrap the butt area there. There we go. And what I was doing there is you can use your thumbnail, or some people use their bodkin, but you can flatten it out just like you'd flatten thread. That'll stop you from getting that telltale bump right by where you're tying all your tail material in. Helps to even it out. I got a little damage on this one here. It's all good. And get a couple locking wraps just behind that wing. Just to build that up. I probably can't see it. I don't know if it'll show when it lifts up here. You can see there's a material got cut there at some point. I'm just going to use my hackle pliers to pin it down while I tie it in. Yeah, I mean, good's a relative. Good's a relative term, but traditionally they wouldn't have had poly back then, right? So they would have wool. There was some types of kind of rayon fibers, but I don't even think there was rayon yet. Rayon was what, 60s? They'd have silk floss. Yeah. I don't think they had any synthetics until 50s. And even then, they weren't that great at that point. just gonna do that again. I don't think I got that quite where I want. That's better. Another thing I could change up on this fly too would be changing away from black thread to, say, like a dark brown or camel, so I don't end up with that little black band. But once the hackle's tied in, I don't think it makes any difference to it. And the traditional recipe does use black thread, so. Beauty. I like that. That's a nice little weight. Happy with that. I'm just going to throw a couple half edges here and then we'll get hackle going. I think I need to grab another one off my cape. Do I have one kicking around here? Oh, yeah, I got one left. Alright. Oh, and she's twisted. Look at that. Wow, you were anything but straight in like every dimension. This will be fun. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. One more half hitch. I got some pretty nice wools in this color too, but they definitely don't have that little pop, you know. As much as I love my natural materials, the poly is tremendously more resilient. I'm just gonna go for 3, I guess 2.5 technically, wraps on the back. And we're gonna try and get our next wrap. Oh, no. Alright, it wants to play that way. Thankfully my finger caught it. I had a feeling about this feather being a bit of a booger. Oh, really? Okay, I guess we'll start over. I may have a little bit better luck with my rotary hackle with this, but I think we'll manage fine. Yeah, we want to get that first wrap right in front of that wing. And touching wraps after that until we get to our tying point. Try and get 3 or 4 up front here. Yeah, I think I can go one more. I'll go one more. Call it good. Yeah, look at that little... Get her tied in before she decides to take off again. There be. Got one straggler, but that's not bad for that. I'll take that. Just pin it back. There we go. Fix it back up, make it look all pretty. Just cut the excess off. Yeah, I got a definitely not expensive, but just a hairline. Not terribly impressed with it. And it does the job, but fit and finish of it is not excellent at all. Like there's glue up here. You know, they didn't sand. There's ledges. You can't really see it on the camera, can you? Yeah, there's a good sized ledge here where they didn't bother to, you know, take that down and finish it. And it catches a fair bit, but, you know, the more I use it, the more it wears in. I don't know if I'd call it expensive, but given the fit and finish of it, I would have liked it to be cheaper. Just do 2 more half hitches and we'll get our whip finish in there. Yeah, I do prefer just the small little 70s style hackle clip. Do 1, 2, 3, 4. Mary B. I'm happy with that one. The wing is just a hair higher than the hackle, and that's exactly what I was going for. Yeah, I mean, it works. It's just a tool, right? But I mean, you can tell that there wasn't a lot of pride in the making of the tool. And I like the stuff I have that you can tell there's some pride was put into. You know, like, these have had thousands of flies on them, and I've worn the plating off on the handles, but, you know, everything's nicely finished. You know, the screw's not sticking too proud. Sharpened them many times. Just, they work. They're great. Okay, we'll throw a little head cement on that guy and rotate her up for a bit until it dries. That is a St. Joe's Special. Not to be confused with the one I was tying the other day, which is St. Joe's Special. Or Favorite, sorry. This one is the St. Joe's Special. Favorite has a very light, almost chartreuse body. It's a lot closer to some of the older style mosquitoes that were used in the area around that time. And this one has a lot truer colors to the insect it's imitating. Should be a mayfly. Okay. We're just going to rotate that for a minute here. Yeah, I mean, a lot of my gear is 70s, 80s. And they're simple and they work. I think a lot of the metal tempering was probably better back then too. Even the quality of the steel. Even if it's just simple, something like a hackle pliers, it just seems to, you know, have the right tempering, so it's springy but not like ridiculously hard to put in, and, you know, again, just a little more attention to detail, right? Okay, that should be dry. Add her into its friends here. You can go hang out there for a bit. do the last one of that set of 5. Let's see. Yeah, like these would be your traditional 70s small light hackle pliers. A lot of them actually came from Europe. And more 80s, it came more from India. This is your classic Thompson. You can probably see the stamp on the inside of the handle there. I don't know if the light will catch it enough for you to read it. This one works good if you got something that's slippy, because it has, even though it's kind of worn out, it's got a bit of a rubber grip there and some teethy brass, so it'll grab on real well. But again, this is like much older than I am. It still has really good spring tension. This is your typical kind of 90s, little newer, from India. You can tell from the brazing. Keeps the pads on. The pads are nice because they give you a little bit more leverage for pressure, and they do have a rubberized tip on one of them, which will help the hackle grab. These ones were actually my very first pair of hackle pliers that came with my original fly tying kit, and they work great, but the spring tension on these things, it's just like when I was young, it was like everything I could do to get these things open. It was so tough. But once you got something in there, it's not going nowhere. I got other ones too, but those are the ones I keep out, that I tie with the most. But yeah, the most modern one I have is the one I just bought because I thought I really wanted to try a rotating. I really wanted to try a rotating hackle pliers, so mostly for tying Adams and hackle work on dry flies, because I'd get less rachis breakage because it would take the tension off. And these are like the tension on this is just so minute. Like there's really not a lot there compared to the other ones anyway. But even though it's a thick spring, I mean that's a lot more spring steel. But I was surprised how light the tension is on it. Oop, that pulled the head a little more than I want it to. Let's fix that. There we go. Just want an even tying surface for the tail fibers. It's gonna be the rest of this grizzly hackle. One thing I actually liked about these, I should probably save these for quill bodies, but you can see the rachis on these. Hopefully it comes through. You can probably just see it there. The rachis on these is actually colored through where the patches are in the feather, which is really neat. A lot of times it'll just be plain white or gray, like one specific color. But for whatever reason, this one is multicolored, so if you wrap this as a body around, you'll get a really cool kind of zebra, well, grizzly pattern. I'm gonna go for a little bit more tail fiber here because these are a little softer. I just got them collected there and just boop, Pop them off. And we're just going to cut the tips. You don't need to, you can leave them on, but a lot of times that rachis fluff will keep them, it'll keep it pinned to its neighbor and it won't move around and be as flexible. So you can pack your tail like this, and just like packing a snowball, it's going to help align everything and still keep a little bit of chaos in there so it's a little random. We're just going to be tying that in just the length of our working body, so just a hair shorter than the shank length. I'm just going to go 3 wraps to set it. Just going to check it. That looks just a bit long to me, so I'm just going to shorten it up just a little bit. Yeah, that should do. Okay, I'm going to take 1 wrap underneath here and keep good tension on it as I go around, and under and up about 2 thread wraps ahead of it with the tension, and that'll help to prop it up, keep it from sagging back. But I'm happy with that one. That one actually turned out pretty good there. And we'll just tie these butts in. I was just going to say it looks like they're going to behave, and then they stop behaving, so we'll clip off the ends. There you go. That's a beauty little tail. I like that. That worked out well. Yeah, I think I might hang on to a few of those. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Or later, if I have time here, I can do up a quill body. I like to soak them in water for a good while first because it softens them up really good. So I don't know if might soak them overnight. They're pretty old. I think these capes are good, at least 30 years old, if not older. So we need a little moisture. Actually, I'm gonna tie the wing in first here. Although it probably doesn't matter which step you do there. Let's just get the wing done. So again, just this really nice, just the modeling on that's beautiful. It's really consistent gray, kind of bronzy gray color. And generally speaking, for your wing, you're gonna want to go with about the gap length. And it really depends how the quality of your feather, how thick it is. But a gap length's always a really good amount to shoot for. So we're going to even those out like that. Pin them down and just pop them off. And again, I'm just going to take the little rachis fluff off. That'll allow me to maneuver it a little better. I do like to fold them in half and then pack them a little bit. That generally will give you a nice even wing without having too many fly arounds. Beauty. Okay, so gonna tie that in. My tie-in point is gonna be basically the width of my end of my bobbin here, and then we're gonna go 1, 2 out from there. So twice the distance of the tie-in point. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just do a soft wrap here to try and keep her on top. She twisted on me a little bit, but we'll just adjust it. There. Yeah, it looks good from my side. Let's check your side here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That is a happy little wing. Beauty. Okay. Get about 3 more wraps behind on the base there just to tuck it in so they don't come loose while you're casting it. Trim off the waist. And I'm just going to bury that down, but that'll be our tie-in point right there for the... I think I got enough here. There's not a whole lot left in there, but I think I got enough in there to get this rib done. I don't like wasting this stuff because I'm never going to find more of it, likely. It is just a Gutenberg West Germany thread, but it's old, and I don't think I'm ever going to run across another spool of it. Okay, we're using this poly yarn. It's a sparkle yarn. It's got 3 strand. It's actually a carpeting yarn. Extremely durable for UV protection and abrasion and all that, because it's meant to be in a carpet. And we're just going to tie that in just after the tie-in point for the wing there. Bring it all the way back just before the tail tie-in point. We'll get good 3 tight wraps on it and move our way back. Beauty. Good deal. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that. I got, here, I may as well pull it out. I always keep like a secondary waist. Let's see if I can turn this to the camera without... Well, there you go. Keep a little box with all the little bits I cut off I can use for other stuff. So this one's got all my hackle tips, so if I'm doing wings or, you know, where I need a small little hackle tip. But yeah, I always keep this stuff, and I do use it, but it would be fun to sit down and just have a day where I just am strictly limited to tying from the trash bin. Because yeah, I don't like, I don't much care about wasting the synthetics, although I try not to. But like natural materials, that came from an animal. I don't want to be wasting that. Okay, I'm just going to build a little thread down behind the wing here, and then we'll get our base in for the hackle. And then do a couple half hitches here to hold that in place. And yeah, thanks for subscribing, Cat Person. I missed that a few minutes ago when you did that. If you're still here in the chat, appreciate the subscribe. Alright, we'll get to wrap rotating the body now. Now I'm going to keep it tighter for the bottom here, just to go underneath so we don't muck the tail up. And then for this first top wrap, I'm just going to use my fingernail. I'm going to flatten it out just a bit for that first wrap. That'll thin out that first wrap just enough to stop it from getting a big bump there. There we go. I'll just tighten up our bobbin here. We're going to slowly work our thread back, passing around the wing. I want to get at least 2 to 3 wraps behind the wing as a good base to tie this off with. That'll help when we're tying in our hackle to keep it not only even but stop the hackle from going all cattywampus left and right. And one more, we should be good. There. Actually gonna go there we go. And that rib will help to keep the body in place too. Add a little segmentation. And just a little bit of color pop that we're looking for too. Yeah, it's gonna be just a hair too short to do another one with, so we'll grab a new strand when time comes. A cute little wing there, I like that. It's all nice, happy, and fanned out. Okay, I'm gonna need, where to put my, sorry, 1 second here. Yeah, this cape will do. Need some more. I had some pre-done fibers, but we ran out, so. Oh, this is actually saddle, sorry, not a cape. If anyone cares to keep track. I got 2 there. This guy's a little on the bigger side, so I normally keep him off the disc. There we go. And the barb length looks okay to me, but let's just check. Yeah, it's about a quarter past. Yeah, she looks good. That'll work fine. I'm just gonna clean it up, get rid of some of this fluff. And on our top, we're just gonna pluck off a hair a bit more. You can see that right there. That way our first wrap on the underside won't have as many fibers, and it'll give us a bit cleaner wrap, so we don't have to clean that up as much after. Try and get 3 wraps up front and 3 in the back without interrupting the wing as much as we can get. And I'll bring it back forward. We'll get our half hitch and put a save point in at our tie-off spot. That way when we wrap forward, it'll be ready to go. And it'll be a happy little mayfly at that point. There's a couple damaged fibers down here. I'm just gonna pluck off now. There we go. And for kicks and giggles, because me and Luca were talking about it, we're just going to try the rotating hackle plier for this one. See how we do. It does grip good. Really? Okay. Let's try that again. It didn't break. It actually slipped, which is interesting. I thought I had it in there nice. Not expecting it to slip, to be honest. Okay, 2 more half edges there and we'll get this moving. Not really sure what the issue there is because these haven't been terribly slippy. Well, can't blame the hackle pliers this time. Wow. That was on me. I pulled a little too hard. Let's try that again. Hey. Okay, no, I will use these hackle pliers. I was going to switch back to the other ones. I think their mojo is just interrupting my flow. We'll make it work. Really? Okay, never mind. Let's switch back to the other hackle pliers. I'm not going to blame the hackle pliers, but let's just go back to the... Okay. I lost about ½ an inch of hackle on the front, so this one's going to be a little thinner up front. Okay. Yeah, it's a little thinner now. I'm gonna have to use here I got this little stubby bit. I'll tie that in. Get another 2 wraps on there. Not ideal, but we're gonna make it work. Get the racus right back there. I'm gonna be careful, I don't want to have too thick of a head here either. But this will give us a nice full hackle. And we didn't have to waste it, either piece. Nah, I was gonna throw a half hitch in there, we'll see how lucky I get. I'm feeling a lot more confident with this little guy. There we be. Yeah, that's working out good. There we go, that was a nice save. I'm quite happy with that one. I think it'll clean up nice too. Yeah, the wing and the hackle are just a hair different enough that they contrast exceedingly well. I'm just gonna clean up the hackle here. I got a few little stray fibers that we'll get with the tweezers if need be. There. There we go. She got a little beat up, but she's still there, still in one piece. That's okay. She's gonna get a lot more damage on the first fly cast. Okay, we'll get our whip finish in there and get some. Just realized the angle I got the camera on makes this look a lot fatter than it really is on the body. Got my camera about 6 or 8 inches to one side more than normal, just so I got a spot for my foot, but come on. Let's try that again here. Try not to trap that one. There's one annoying little hackle fiber that's sticking out, but I think if I trap it, I'm just gonna have to go with it and just cut it out. See if I get lucky. 3. Come on, last one. Woo! There we go. Nice save, if I do say so myself. As annoying as problems like that go, it's always good when you can kind of overcome it and still make it work. I enjoy that. That's probably a better profile. I'm not gonna keep her there, but she's out of focus, but you can see how much thicker the body looks over here. That's all good. I'll adjust that for the next stream. Kinda crazy how a little bit of perspective change really makes it that big of a difference. I'll get some rotations in here while that dries. Yeah, fly tying is totally an excellent, excellent hobby at puzzle solving and all that good stuff. You get creativity in there, you get artistic flair, you get definitely problem solving. Especially if you're tying with natural materials. Hey Luca, did you notice that if I had the chat set to subscriber only? I'm not seeing it on here. Hey, if anyone's in the chat and not a subscriber, give me a shout out in the chat there, just say hi. I want to see if it's stuck on. You get creative? Never. I love your stuff. It's so creative. There's nothing about your stuff that is not creative. It's awesome. You are very unique, man. You keep it up. I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy farm day to come hang out with me this morning. Appreciate that. There, I can go hang out with all its friends. Got 5 friends now. And I'm just going to tie our thread in here. Right about our wing tie-in point. We'll bring it back to the, right to the barb. Call it good. 3 or 4 thread wraps back. We'll get rid of our tag end. Where's my little grizzly tail? There we go. Yeah, isn't that like, I don't know if, how well it's going to show up on the camera there. We can see it's a little bit blurred out. But you can see the nice like grizzly pattern on the stem. I have to try some quill wraps with that after. That was a pleasant surprise. So tail fiber is going to be roughly gap length. Get all the tips together like that. We'll just collect them and then just pop it off. We got 26 people in the stream and only 5 likes. Don't normally ask for those, but if anyone wants to drop a like or comment in there, say hi, you're more than welcome. Here we're going to tie the tail in at our working length for our body. Just a hair shorter than most dry flies, which would be your whole shank length. And 2 wraps secured after the under wrap. We got a nice straight tail right on top there. That's beauty. That one turned out well. I'm happy with that one. We're just gonna wrap in some of this waste. Really don't need to build up a body on this one, but just keeps the body a little more even across. The poly yarn we're using will definitely do all the work of taking up the body. Yeah, like Lucas says, sharing is caring. Yeah, if you're enjoying it, just clicky the button. And if you want to just chill and hang out too without doing all that, that's fine. All good. I'm getting pretty close there. Might have to add a little from the other one, which I don't really want to do. Let's see how we can get along here. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Okay, so yeah, roughly gap length. We're just gonna capture that in. And pop. And that one's done. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. That'll be just enough for a nice little wing. So since these are all different sizes, I'm definitely going to cut off the rakish fluff, and that'll help us to pack this into a more even, nice wing. She's already looking pretty good though. There we go. So we're going to want this to be twice our tying point, which is going to be the gap of my end of my bobbin. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So 1, 2, 3. Give or take. You may have to answer to the hackle police. Yeah, that laid real nice. I'm happy with that. Might be just a hair on the thin side, but it's definitely going to do the job. Let's tie those butts down. I need to grab some new, the rib material I'm using is this stuff. It's called Sulky 30 and it's got the production number there. If I can get it in the camera shot, there we are. And it is so old, it's from West Germany. Back when they had a wall. That shows I can still produce really amazing quality stuff even after all the trouble that country went through. This stuff just has like a beautiful iridescence to it. You know, I'm probably talking about it too much, but I like this stuff. It's gorgeous. It's like sunflower yellow with like honey tones. And for a body, we're going to be using this poly yarn. It's a 3-strand. And just separating the strands out. And it's a sparkle yarn. It's a type of carpeting yarn. So it's extremely durable. I like the rib. It has a very nice fluorescent shine to it. We'll finish it just before the tail with 3 firm wraps and then work our way back. And we'll stand our wing up by building a little thread step taper in front of it, and then back up to our tie-in point. There she is. Yeah, that fanned out real. That worked out real nice. There's one little rogue fiber there, but he might settle down before we're done. Yeah, that worked out real well. Look at that. Happy with that. Yeah, we're just gonna throw a 1/2 hitch up front here, 2 for good luck. Okay, we're going to start wrapping our body from the underside here, and I'm just going to keep it tight for the first under wrap so it doesn't affect the tail. Then for the over wrap, I'm going to do the opposite for the first top wrap, and we're just going to thin it out with our nail pressure. Just for that top wrap. And we go down, cover it on the underside, and then we'll just go back to regular tension wraps for the rest of it. And that'll just help to minimize the thread bump from the tying in the tail, kind of evens it out. Not really sure what happened up front there. 1 second. Did my 1/2 hitch not take? I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but my thread kind of, it's almost like it broke. That's weird. Did it break? It did break. No, it looped. What? I thought for sure I half hitched that, didn't I? Did I just mess up and not do it? Hey Luca, did you see me? I mean, if you're paying attention, did you see me tie that off? I'll have to go back and check the video. I swear I half hitched that. And you can see that the thread came. I'm not really sure how that happened. That's got me confused. Not something we can't fix, I'm just trying to figure out how it got to that point. That's freaking weird. Okay, let's do 2 half hitches just to secure it. You can see it's loose, so the half hitches are working. We're gonna tie off this thread. Don't twist up on me. The thing I can think of is that the half hitch didn't take, and then the rotary kind of unwound it. That would be the main reason you want to do your half hitches before you do the rotary, but maybe I didn't. Well, it's not ideal, but it's not going to hurt anything. I'm just not sure how that happened. Alright. Well, back at it. Let's cut this excess off. Do you think my half hitch slipped? I wasn't. Honestly, I was paying attention to the body wrap. I wasn't paying attention up front, but normally it doesn't slip over. Like, if you mean it went over the eye? I could see it doing that, but that'd be the only thing that really would make any logical sense to me. Anyway, it's not a big deal, just it's gonna bug me until I figure it out. And besides a half hitch, you can do what I just did there, which is add some extra wraps in the opposite direction, and then you can, as you rotate, it'll unravel your wraps and get you back to where you were. Or you can do the opposite depending on what direction you're rotating and just unwrap the wraps that occur from your rotation. Either one's fine. All depends what direction you're going. Let's fix that wing back up. So I lost my nice ramp. Maybe it'll be a happy little accident and it'll turn out just fine. Let's lift that up. I normally do this at the end, but there's a couple longer pieces that are getting in my way here. There we go. Okay, okay, so we got that second hackle, same as the first one. Hopefully this one treats us a little nicer than the last one. It's like, I don't think it was the hackle's problem, I think it was my problem. But it's so much easier to blame inanimate objects on your failings. There. It's got a good curve to it, which is not ideal. But we'll make it work. There. My thorax is going to be a hair thicker than normal on this one too, because I had to go back and fix that thread, whatever that was, unspooling, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it. Yeah, let's all blame the hackle players. Wow, look how, check this out. Watch, see how the racus is going up? I go to bend it down, look how much tension that has in it. Not ideal. So if you get that, you can bring it back and forth a little bit. You're not really trying to kink it, but you're just working it. Kind of like if you were trying to break off a green stick, like willow or alder or something. There you go. See, now when I bring it down, it wants to behave. And what you're doing is just kind of gently, I don't want to say busting up the fibers in there, but persuading them. Especially if you're dealing with some older bent tackle like this, you're gonna, some persuasion is gonna be in order. I'll deal with a few of those. We've got a few runners there, but I'm gonna go with one more behind. behind there because it just looks really good. Can I do that without crushing the wing? Maybe not. Okay, never mind. Don't want to crush the wing, I want it held up. That was my fault. Finger caught on the pliers. That was all me. Okay, let's do this again. And I might be able to get that back wrap in there this time. Just pulling it down a bit. Let's see if I can get it. Nope. That's good. Traditionally, it only has 2 wraps on the back and then 3 on the front. I just thought it would look good to be a little bushy on the backside. Go for 1 extra on the front. There it be. Yeah, 1 tie off, we got 1 more in here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That turned out well. My amazing, wonderful wife is cooking bacon, and the bacon smell is wafting in here. Now that's discipline. Sitting there doing something while someone's cooking your bacon. That's not easy. At least for me. Get this wrapped around here. Which way did you go? Let's do that one. I'm just going to do 1 more wrap here. There we go, beauty. See if we can fix these back ones a hair. If they'll behave, they can stay. If not, off with their head. That one's not gonna go. Alright. Pink. Yeah, happy with that. That turned out pretty well. Let's get our whip finish in. Oh, tell you that bacon, I can hear it in the background, just sizzling away. It's getting to that like caramelization point, making my mouth water. Love my wife. Hey, thanks for the sub. Sorry, mate, I didn't hear the little... That's weird, I didn't get the little bling bling. Either way, thanks for the sub, even if the thing didn't pick you up. Doesn't always, unfortunately. Okay, I'm just gonna free our thread. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I can't get over how that camera angle makes the body look so much chunkier. I wonder if I can do this. Yeah, they're a lot thinner, like straight on. That's weird. Oh, it's all good. Let's get some, there we go, got another sub. BL Twitty! Thanks for the sub, BL Twitty. Appreciate that. See, I got the little pop-up for that one. Thanks for subbing. Hopefully you enjoy the time, the good music, and the company. Thanks for all the help and moderation there too, Luca. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, it looks like my pinky finger fat, but it's really not. But I mean, it's all good. It's almost like fish-eyed. Yeah, hopefully everyone's lakes and rivers will cool off a bit here, and the fish will pick up when it's not smoking hot. Yeah, look at all the cute little fluffy animals we got running around on the bottom. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, welcome in. Yeah, if you're coming in from Luca's post, thanks for the post, Luca. Anyone who's part of Luca's crew, I'm perfectly happy to have join here. Luca's good stuff. Well, that's going to be my last one for now because it's lunchtime. I'll probably be popping back on later, but as I said, that bacon has got me. Oh, man, I'm hungry. If anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, accusations, fishing stories, fishing lies, you throw them out there. We'll chat it up a bit before we close up here. Hey, the Wabash. I've actually been down there. I used to do internet tech support and repair stuff for. Um, yeah, I was actually repairing some stuff down there. Man, some of your guys' infrastructure is super old. There was actually telegraph lines still there. Great people in that area, though. Super friendly. Real nice people. Enjoyed myself. Nice country, too. Yeah, I don't have any specific stream times. I just try and jump on when I can. Not quite daily streams, but several times a week I'll get on here. And I do try to share my fishing knowledge and have lots of vintage books and stuff that I like to share off on posts and what have you. So hopefully you find some of it useful. If you have any questions or problems that you're dealing with, feel free to throw it in the community. We'll see if we can get it solved up for you. That's what we're all here for. So relax, enjoy, and learn from each other. Yeah, I had to do a second take when you said you were in Florida there. I was like, I was pretty sure he wasn't in Florida before. Yeah, I do have quite a large collection of vintage materials that you're not going to really see elsewhere. And I take a lot of pride in the vintage stuff, so if that's your thing and you enjoy seeing some unique stuff, and hang out, you'll definitely see it. Ugh, almost out of tea. It's probably like my second favorite thing to good material is enjoying a nice cup of tea while I'm tying. Okay guys, well, I'm going to call it for tonight. Like I said, I might be on again later. I'm going to give the wife a hand with lunch here. Go out, feed my chickens, and deal with some of the yard stuff. You guys all have a good day. Thanks again, Luca, for everything. You're an awesome. You're a legend, man. Appreciate it. And thanks for all the new subs. Hopefully we can hang out again later. You guys have a great day. And if you're out fishing, tight lines, man. Enjoy.